Hey guys, David Phillips here. I wanted to show you something that I'm learning with some of these different AI models to not only just learn and be able to, harness the power of the internet and AI, but actually to do work faster. I don't know if you're using AI for yourself in your business, but check this out. One of the things that I do, and this is actually on Manus, but this is something that I do all the time is create variations of ads. It's just like, think about with advertising on Facebook, especially Facebook and Instagram. It's like a billboard, right? You see a new billboard that pops up, but once you've driven past that 10 times, you don't notice it anymore until they change it. That's why these digital billboards, one of the reasons why digital billboards are popular is because you can change the messaging, right? It doesn't get stale. And so what happens with advertising on Facebook and Instagram is you just run the same ad forever and ever. You can get good results and they're coming along. And then all of a sudden they just start going down and down and down and down. So as they start to go down, you make changes, new creative, fresh creative. It can be the same offer. We have clients that we've run this. I have a client that we've been running ads for 7 straight years. They run the same offer. We just change the creative constantly, right? And that keeps their ad cost in that excuse me, $15 to $20 range or less. So anyway, I built this tool using AI, yeah, and not just a chat, right? Like Chat GPT going back and forth, but I actually built this tool that essentially I can put different clients in here and I can generate variations of ads. So hold on one second, let me pull this up. Okay, so basically right here, I can upload an image that's doing well and I can give it a prompt. Hey, make this more colorful. This one works really well because it has people in it. Blah blah blah. Right? Just explain what it is. Say how many variations you want. Right? Like, and obviously this is all token based, right? So if you do 20 every time, you're going to use more AI than if you say I just want 3. So anyway, and then you can just give it some ad angles, right? Just give it some style preference, things like that, right? So it's really cool. And then I can pull up. Let me go over to history. All right, I just pulled one of these up here and it spit out a bunch of different versions of the ad based off a prompt and a picture, right? So now this is the one thing that you have to look for with all these, and same thing with Facebook. Facebook now, when you put a photo on there, it'll actually create some version of this, right? It'll use AI to kind of create different versions. But look at this, everyday low prices on. So it's kind of crazy, right? They misspelled the headline that I typed in there. So you have to watch this. You can't just copy paste, blah, 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 right? But some of these are really good, right? Like this is cool. I like the little creative that they did around it here. Here's kind of a lifestyle version. You got a lifted maybe Tacoma or Chevy. It's kind of nondescript, which is okay. But yeah, so it came up with all this stuff, right? It also added a bunch of copy here. And I don't love that. Maybe I would use it, but I don't know that I want all this extra copy, right? I just want the headline to pop. So I'm going to show you one of the things that I'm just going to jump back in here. This is how you build the prompt, right? So you can come through here and you've got all kinds of different things in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and say, let me just type this real quick so we don't waste time. Okay, type the prompt in here. So basically I'm telling it, hey, look, good job. You kind of nailed this part of it. However, I noticed that some of the individual images, there are misspellings or added copy or imagery that causes the image to be unusable as is. So I'd like to have the ability to regenerate a single image and provide prompt directions to make those changes, right? So what I'm asking it to do is to have the ability to click on this image, right? Somehow click on this image and say, regenerate, and then have the prompt pop up and say, hey, you said everyday low LW prices, remove LW and everything else is good. Or I could say, it's kind of hard to read this text. Can you add some type of background behind the text so it makes it more readable? Kind of like if you look at this blue one down here, it sort of did that automatically. So I'm going to provide this prompt, right? You hit that. And what's going to happen is it's going to work here for a little bit. It's going to take longer than we're going to have on this video. You're not going to want to watch, this. So this is what I do. I basically do this, and then I just minimize what I'm doing. I move on to something else, or I go back in here and I start downloading. Hey, I like this image, so I haven't read through to make sure it's spelled correctly, but boom, let's download that one, right? And so I can kind of go about what I'm doing, and then I can come back to it. So it's really one of those things where if you're not using AI to actually help you speed up and work faster, you're going to get left behind. So yeah, just thought I'd share this. It's pretty cool, pretty amazing. Also testing some stuff with Claude Cowork. Man, it's kind of mind-boggling what I think is possible to do and how this can help us, systematically run your business or do your job, right? So, yeah, so I just thought I'd share this. Gosh, almost 6 minutes, but hope you learned something. If you have any questions about AI or marketing or anything like that, let me know. Happy to chat. See you.